Hey yo, it's your boy Untucked22, man, back at you with another video. Now see, this is what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? The finals. This is when I like talking basketball. On one side, we got the Boston Celtics. First time making a final since I believe they said 2008. Then you got the Golden State Warriors on the other side. It made the final 6 out of the last 8 years. The only 2 years they didn't make it was the year when Curry and Klay Thompson was injured. But see, this is the time when I like to talk hoops. Y'all know my picks are undefeated. Granted, yes, you can say last year I was wrong. Technically I was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I did say the Suns was gonna win. Then I also put that clause in there, but I guess to be fair, people made a good point. Injuries is a part of the sports, right? Yeah. That being the case, it's something like you gotta kind of predict injuries in there. Honestly, Chris Paul was in the finals because he got hurt. It's actually it just makes sense because it's really been like consistent across his whole career. The Suns tried to pull the injury card this year. The only reason why I felt them last year compared to this year, visibly, I feel like you could literally see Chris Paul's injury last year compared to this year. Like, yes, Chris Paul playing on games, dude literally couldn't dribble the basketball. This year, like, he was making shots, he just wasn't shooting the ball. It just sounded like they just didn't want to be here this year. When I think of injury, I think about stuff that happened like with Ja Morant. I personally feel like Ja Morant doesn't get injured and Dylan Brooks doesn't essentially get suspended for 2 games in a row. I actually feel like the Grizzlies would have won. And we might be talking about the Grizzlies playing the Celtics this year. Granted, you can say, well, Chris Middleton plays, you have the Bucks beating the Celtics. Okay, that's also another fair assessment. They just needed somebody else who could just make shots out there. I guess it hits a little bit more for me with the Warriors thing is because dude actually got suspended for 2 games. Ain't like he was just hurt. He got suspended for 2 games. And Desmond Bane also got injured. You can see the difference, like when he recovered from the back injury he had, dude was splashing shots again. He was hitting everything. Steven Adams didn't play for half the series. Ja Morant missed half the series. Y'all can say he played better. No, they just played a little differently. But even with saying that, I'm not saying that to like discredit the Warriors because I mean, you know, they could have still won. I'm not saying like I know for sure the Grizzlies would have won. I just kind of feel like the Grizzlies would have won. The Celtics, I mean, they literally swept the player that y'all be calling the best player in the league. He swept KD. They had his team together. They should have never traded all their depth for James Harden. It's just simple as that. They had a good team before doing that. Anyways, listen, the Celtics to me just they had a harder fight to get here. Beat the Nets. Nobody wanted to play the Nets. They swept them. You come out and beat the NBA champions of last year, who I was like, I had them win that series, but I said if the Celtics win that series, I have them going all the way. Giannis is a tough dude to beat. It was hard to beat just Giannis. Just Giannis as the quote unquote one like star, superstar, however you want to say it. He came out and beat the Miami Heat. Do you not know every time the Celtics have had a chance to make it to the finals, the only 2 teams that's ever stopped them from making it there has been the Cavaliers and the Miami Heat. That's the only 2 teams that's been beating them. The Cavs was because LeBron was there, but after LeBron left the East side, then the Heat became too strong for the Celtics, bro. And the Celtics have not been able to beat the Heat ever since. Which, okay, they did lose to the Bucks 1 year too, but outside of that, it's really been the Heat. The Heat stopped the Celtics from making it to the finals not once, I believe 2 times. Well, they played a 1-time conference championship, 1 time playing like the 2nd round. This was the trifecta. They finally beat them. Every time they played the Heat, it went 7 games, but they never won. This is the first time they went 7 games actually won. And even that came down to Jimmy Butler taking a questionable shot. I'm glad it's not my favorite team, so I don't have to debate with people like if I'm okay with like my team going out like that. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, that's me, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be stupid sad. That's tough. I'm not a fan of hero ball. I personally would not have liked to see him do it. I would have liked to see him just take dudes to the cup like they've been doing. I feel like the problem with the NBA nowadays, people just only trying to play their game. He'll be trying to play the Warriors game. If the Celtics win this championship, it's gonna be because they play like the Celtics and not Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are beating teams because every team thinks they're the Warriors. Now, everybody thinks the only way that you can win an NBA game is if everybody on the team shoots 45% from the 3-point line. You gotta have 6 people on your team that's just sparking up all the time. You don't. The Warriors made other people feel like you had to play like that to win, but you don't. Realistically, if you just play your game and your team is just good and everybody on the team understands their role, you will win games. It works when it's going in. When that jump is not working, bro, and teams don't have no other counter, but just keep shooting threes until they win, they lose. Here's my picks, I'm gonna get to it. I had the Celtics and Warriors making it here. I did. When I saw the Suns lost, I said Warriors making finals for sure. Yes, you can say, people want to say Mavericks a better team. No, stop. We gotta stop. We gotta stop the cap. Mavericks had a lot of holes in their team. Honestly, the Suns was still a better team. The Mavericks just got them. Because I really feel like the Suns playing the Warriors, this would have been a way better series. A 5-game series where a team essentially got swept. Like, if that's not your favorite team, did you really believe they had a chance? Even the Mavericks was my favorite team. Just watching how they play, there's no way you believe that style of play was going to actually beat the Warriors. They don't really have shooters like that. So I can easily also see the Warriors being able to win, but I think the Celtics is going to win because of the defense. Where the Warriors lack is where the Celtics' biggest strengths come in. Celtics have way better rebounding. I really do think that rebound is actually going to be impactful. Not saying that they're going to be blowing the Warriors out with rebounds, because Draymond clearly showed he can get down there and he can bang with the best of them. I'm really more so leaning towards Celtics because of the defense. I've been hearing people say the Warriors about to sweep the Celtics, and they saying crazy jump, like they said the Mavericks was better than the Heat and the Celtics. A team that got beat in 5 games. They really got beat in 4 games because they almost blew the 1 game that they did win. There's no way you tell me that team better than the 2 teams that just went through a 7-game series to beat each other. Of all that being said, man, look, that's where I'm gonna have to sit on this. Celtics 6 games. Warriors, Klay Thompson finally like he's starting to come around, but honestly from half of the playoffs he's been bad, really bad. Starting to look like Klay Thompson again as of late. Y'all can say he's unselfish, but he really do have serious ball hog moments. He just takes shots or sometimes he just be like, bro, why? I've seen him literally do a fadeaway on like 3-4 people, and he the only person down the court. Like I said, the Warriors have a lot of different options. I think the keys for the Warriors is really Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins has been the key player for them this whole playoffs to me. I feel like if the Warriors don't have Andrew Wiggins this whole playoffs, they would have been lost. I 100% stand on that. I feel like Andrew Wiggins been the most consistent Warrior the whole playoffs. When they've been needing to make comebacks versus the Grizzlies, you can look it up. You'll see plenty of plays where Andrew Wiggins made some lock-up plays and he made some shots that gave Curry some energy, and Curry put it away. You know what I'm saying? He had plenty of play where he locked up Luka couldn't do much. I've seen a lot of stuff from Wiggins, man. He really turned his career around to the point where I actually like watching Wiggins play now. He's the key for them, just like the key for the Celtics. It's Jason Tatum, right? It has to be Jason Tatum, because he's the most inconsistent player. Like, I want to call him a superstar too, I do. Just like a lot of people want to call him top 10. It's hard for me to say it though. Watching that series, bro, Jimmy Butler was the best player in that series. We have to be honest with ourselves. He was the most consistent best player in that series. Dude was injured, bro. It's like he just told his bro, like, bro, I'm gonna just stop being hurt, bro. It's like he cut the injury off and like it started balling on him, bro. He didn't have no energy left, bro. Playing 48 minutes, bro. Doing it all: offense, defense, rebounding, shooting, stealing the ball, bro. Anything that you need Jimmy Butler to do, he was out there doing. So to be Jimmy Butler, I'm convinced he's better than Jason Tatum still. But with that being said, if Jason Tatum's consistent, I do believe the Celtics can win this series in 6 games. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. So many different layers to this, and I had to make sure I got my pick out before the finals game actually started. So, hey, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give your boy a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, it's been real. It's your boy. I'm out.